Hello, my legion of leasers. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you lease more apartments during this global pandemic, to help you lease more apartments during COVID-19. Remember, it's not just us that are dealing with more stress. It's not just us that are having to deal with the difficulties of this global pandemic. It's our renters as well. So stay tuned, because during this video, you're going to learn to lease more apartments to people during this extended period of COVID-19. I'm Matt Easton, the founder of leasinguniversity.com, where we've helped thousands of property managers and leasing agents crush their goals, lease more apartments during this crisis. Okay, tip number 1, I want you to take a minute, I want you to stop, and I want you to look inward at yourself. I want you to ask yourself, is my battery running a little bit low? Am I a little worn out? Am I a little run down? Is my attitude maybe a little bit negative right now? A lot of us may be worried right now, man, if I don't lease these apartments, if I don't get my occupancy up, my job may be on the line. We may be stressed right now, worried about our jobs, and this is very important. Because when we're stressed and our energy levels are low and we're negative, this comes across to our prospects. From the very first second that we pick up the phone and answer the phone, our prospects can feel that negativity. They can feel that stress. The reason why this is so important is both you and every prospect that you engage with, whether it's on the phone or at the property, well, you both have these things called mirror neurons. And what mirror neurons do is there's little things in your brain that force the people that you're interacting with to have the same emotions as you. So maybe they're not stressed and they're calling in, and you answer the phone and you're stressed, you're negative, you're feeling down. It's very likely that you're going to cause your prospect to be stressed. Now imagine if you're working with a prospect and you're exuding stress, you're exuding negativity, and they're already stressed. Well, those mirror neurons are going to match together to bring the whole situation down. The first thing that you need to realize during this global pandemic is your attitude is going to be key. You've got to lead the way in every single interaction, from how you answer the phone to how you greet the prospect to how you handle any complaints that are going to come your way, because they're naturally going to have more complaints. You need to match their negative mirror neurons with positivity, with positive mirror neurons. And if you're negative, well, chances are you're not going to lease an apartment to anyone. So make sure that you're checking your mindset before you come into work, before you answer the phone, before you send any emails. Check your mindset. It's going to make a huge difference. Tip number 2 is to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Hey, we're dealing with COVID-19. Acknowledge it. Be cognizant of it. Even if you've got your regional manager kind of breathing down your neck saying, hey, we got to get these leases. We got to get these leases. Realize people are stressed right now. We're dealing with unprecedented times. So as you communicate with your prospects, I want to make sure that not only are you being positive, but you're acknowledging what's going on. Make sure that, hey, I want you to be as comfortable as possible. Which would you prefer? Should we do a FaceTime tour, or do you want to come in? Acknowledge that people are stressed. Don't just ignore it. I want you to lead the way and be positive, but at the same time acknowledge that we're dealing with something a little bit unprecedented here. Now, if you want to be a real expert, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Every day we're putting out new videos with more tips to help you get better at leasing apartments. Tip number 3, I want you to remember that even though we're dealing with a global pandemic, people still need a place to live. So no matter how stressed out your prospects are, and no matter how much you need to pivot and augment your sales process, people still need to find a home. This is not a purchase that they can push off months or even years until this is all over. They're going to need a place to live. Now more than ever, people need a place to live. So I need you to remember that. No matter how much your prospect is being negative, no matter how difficult they are, no matter how many follow-up calls you've made to them, realize they have to make a decision, and I want you to hang in there. Because if you do, you're gonna stand the best chance of getting that lease. Tip number 4, I want you, I want you to take inventory of your phone practices, of your phone skill set, okay? As an industry, I'm just gonna be honest with you, we were terrible at this even before the pandemic. And COVID-19 comes along, and boy, it is shining a spotlight on how bad we are as an industry at answering the phone, how we're not in a hurry to answer that phone, how we don't have a process, we're not smooth. All we're talking about, most of us, when we answer the phone, is ourselves, our apartments, our features, our pricing. We're quickly checking availability. This is the worst thing that you could be doing during a pandemic. I want you to take inventory of your phone skills. How fast am I answering those calls? Am I in a hurry to help? Am I positive? Am I learning about my prospects and their current situation, why they're stressed out? Am I learning about them before I even attempt to check inventory? If you can improve your phone processes during this pandemic, you are going to lease more apartments. And when this is all over, you're going to continue to lease more apartments. It all starts with the phone. Tip number 5, and the final tip I have for you today, is to never stop leasing. Don't stop. We're seeing so many people in the industry right now basically putting things on pause. They're afraid, they're scared, they're nervous. And what they're doing is they're not in a hurry to answer the phone. They don't know how to help people. They're sitting around on Zoom meetings kind of talking about what their process is going to be. Well, in the meantime, they've pretty much stopped trying to lease apartments. Don't do that. There's going to be 2 groups of people here. The main group of people, they're going to stop or they're going to slow down. And then there's going to be a small percentage that are going to pivot, they're going to adjust, and they're going to overcome. They're going to check their attitude. They're going to make sure their phone skills are on point, and then they're going to continue to press forward. Even if they have to do 4 times more work just to get one lease, they're going to continue to press forward. I want you to be that person. I don't want you to stop. I want you to stay positive. If you need help from me, leave a comment. If you want to help from the legion of leasers on this group, leave a comment. We will all respond to you. We're here for you. But please don't stop leasing. And if you need help, check this out. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm going to show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm going to show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm going to show you how to be number 1. All of a sudden, your career, it's going to make perfect sense. Even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm going to show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're going to help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.